The wild footsteps echo across the land, beating like nature's own drums, as millions of creatures surge together across the African savannah. On these boundless plains, they push forward with urgency, crossing raging rivers that roar as if they could swallow everything whole. The herds remain relentless and unyielding, driven by the call of life itself, the tender green pastures that appear only briefly after a fleeting storm. This is the Great Migration, one of the planet's most astonishing epics, yet it is also a brutal trial. 1 in 10 will fall along the way. Still, the tide presses on, a wild, indomitable force, pounding like the heartbeat of the earth, always moving, always striving forward. Since the 1970s, the African savannah has echoed with an endless cycle of survival. Each year, more than 1.7 million wildebeest, 260,000 zebras, and 470,000 gazelles embark on a monumental migration epic. From the Serengeti to the Masai Mara, they cross over 1,200 miles of sun-scorched, unforgiving land, driven by the hope of reaching fresh green pastures and life-giving waters. Every stride, every leap, is more than movement. It is a race for life itself, where fragile existence is constantly tested by the looming presence of death. The wildebeest herds surge forward like an endless raging tide, sweeping up clouds of dry grass in the wind. Their hooves never stop, all driven toward the promised land. Each weighing up to 600 pounds, they face the merciless trials nature has set upon this path of life and death. But for calves barely 40 pounds, the world is a cruel survival test. Predators lurk in the shadows, waiting for the slightest mistake. Roars tear through the night, mingling with desperate cries that echo beneath the vast savanna skies. And yet, the greatest trial still lies ahead, the Mara River. Beneath its muddy waters, giant Nile crocodiles over 16 feet long wait in silent ambush. Their dagger-like teeth are ready to snap shut on the weak, turning the river into a battlefield of life and death. On this journey alone, some 250,000 wildebeest and 30,000 zebras perish. Victims of thirst, hunger, exhaustion, and the predators that never miss a chance to strike. This is a brutal odyssey where death is the inescapable soundtrack. Yet for the survivors, it is nature's ultimate trial, a relentless clash between hope and peril. Within this eternal migration, life and death intertwine, painting a grand, ferocious, and defiant portrait upon one of the harshest landscapes on Earth, the Serengeti. A vast flat plain stretching over 5,700 square miles, it is the birthplace of one of the greatest epics the planet has ever witnessed. This is the heart of the Great Migration, a natural phenomenon that has echoed for millions of years, etched into every shift of the land and every breath of the climate, like an endless symphony of life. Cheetah. The lifeblood of countless species begins. Around 2 million years ago, the arrival of the blue wildebeest, zebra, and gazelle laid the foundation for a one-of-a-kind ecosystem. On the Serengeti, the eternal cycle of life was set in motion. When the rains return, green shoots burst from the soil, summoning the great herds to march. And when the dry season scorches the land, the parched earth becomes a call to leave, driving millions onward in search of new promised pastures. According to scientific research in 2023, the Great Migration began some 1.7 million years ago during the Pleistocene epoch, a time when Earth was both unforgiving and nurturing. Since then, nature has forged a survival cycle essential to the savannah, a timeless rhythm that humankind today can only observe from afar, in awe and wonder. Since the 1970s, relentless conservation efforts have slowly brought stability back to the herds. Their numbers began to recover, and the grand story of life continued to unfold, stretching from the distant past into the present. From ancient footsteps to new ones, they press forward across the endless plains. When the rainy season fades, the green mantle of the grasslands withers away. The searing sun scorches the ground, blades of grass shriveling, no longer able to sustain an ocean of life. In that fragile moment, instinct compels the herds to move. But the Great Migration is more than a quest for food. It is a symbol of unity. Countless small, fragile creatures standing before nature's vast grandeur. Herd after herd, they converge into a colossal force, advancing like a roaring river. In their steps, life finds protection. The weak are shielded. Leaders carve the path for those who follow. Together, they become an unstoppable strength. Each pounding hoof echoes like nature's drum, lifting dust and stirring the air. The herds transform into a living wave, a majestic dance of survival. And within every stride, within every breathless gasp, lies a fierce contest with nature itself. A place where life and death march side by side, where hope and hardship weave together into a raw, mighty, unyielding portrait upon one of Earth's harshest lands. The timing of the Great Migration across the African savanna follows no fixed schedule. It is a journey guided by the sky, the land, and pure instinct. The wildebeest do not count the days. They listen to the call of the wind, the rain, and the tender green shoots rising from the earth. The harsh, unpredictable climate of the African plains becomes the invisible hand that maps their endless route, an unceasing journey where life and hardship merge in nature's relentless dance. When the brief rains arrive between December and March, the Serengeti awakens. The first drops fall like liquid life, stirring the dry earth and summoning lush pastures bursting with vitality. According to the Tanzania Meteorological Authority in 2023, an average rainfall of 4 to 12 inches per month transforms the plains into a vast sea of green, a grand feast for millions of new mothers. The grasses of the Serengeti not only sustain life, but form the foundation of an entire ecosystem. Species like Themata triandra and Panicida mesianum flourish with the rains, becoming the lifeline of countless grazers. The Tanzania Wildlife Research Institute reported in 2023 that the mild climate of 20 to 26 degrees Celsius and the lush grasslands create ideal conditions for reproduction, a miraculous cycle where life bursts forth in perfect rhythm with nature. At this time, Dutu, the southern reaches of the Serengeti, comes alive, draped in an endless green mantle. This is the cradle of life, where hundreds of thousands of blue wildebeest gather. Standing 1.22 to 1.5 meters tall and weighing up to 290 kilograms, the wildebeest transform the plains into a living ocean. Within weeks, more than 500,000 calves are born, a magnificent and strategic event known as predator swamping. With so many newborns arriving at once, predators like lions, hyenas, and cheetahs cannot possibly consume them all. They are forced to accept the overwhelming tide. Yet here, there is no room for delay. Just minutes after birth, calves weighing around 18 kilograms must stand. Within hours, they must run, an instinctive race for survival against the predator's claws. Nourished by their mother's rich milk, they grow quickly, reaching speeds of 40 to 50 kilometers per hour within weeks, nearly matching the adults. But the wildebeest, the backbone of the Great Migration, are never free from danger. Lions, hyenas, African wild dogs, and cheetahs stalk their every move. But they are not alone. The power of the herd is their greatest weapon. Thousands packed tightly together, flowing like a living river, leaving predators struggling to single out a target. Adult males form a defensive wall, their sharp curved horns guarding the fragile young. Zebras too converge on Udutu. Although they can breed year-round, the rains give them a powerful advantage. Each adult, standing around 1.2 meters tall and weighing 350 to 450 kilograms, moves in large groups. Their hoofbeats pound across the savannah like an endless drum. Masters of adaptation, they graze even on coarse dry grasses other animals leave behind, roaming dozens of kilometers in search of water. After 12 to 13 months of pregnancy, foals weighing about 32 kilograms are born, and within just 20 to 30 minutes, they must stand and run with the herd. With powerful kicks and a fierce sense of unity, zebras fight back under the leadership of a dominant stallion. During the rainy season, the Udutu Plains also become a paradise for Thompson's gazelles. Small, just 60 to 70 centimeters tall, and weighing 20 to 35 kilograms, they possess extraordinary speed. With a short gestation of only 5 to 6 months, tiny fawns weighing 4 to 5 kilograms rely on camouflage, their pale brown coats blending perfectly into the grasses. Each day, the mother nurses her young once before leaving it motionless and hidden in the savannah. As adults, they can sprint up to 80 kilometers per hour, leaping in high starting jumps to warn off predators. In the migration, gazelles often trail behind the larger herds, taking advantage of leftover fresh shoots, minimizing competition and conserving energy. Small but far from weak, they are quick, vibrant notes in the grand symphony of survival, adding agility and brilliance to the magnificent canvas of the Great Migration. After the bustling birthing season in the early months of the year, when hundreds of thousands of calves take their first steps, the lush green pastures of the southern Serengeti begin to fade. By April and May, the rains fall silent. The sun descends like a hammer, scorching the earth until the last ribbons of green curl and die. The tender grass of the southern plains vanishes, replaced by a vast, brittle wilderness beaten flat beneath millions of pounding hooves. What was once paradise is now a wasteland of dust and broken stems, and the weight of an entire continent presses its story into the soil. This is the opening chapter of one of nature's greatest epics, the Great Migration. Southern Serengeti, once the cradle of life, has been emptied of nourishment. But far to the north, across Grumeti, toward the Mara and beyond, the land still breathes. There, rivers still run. There, life still waits. And only that road holds the promise of survival. The herds do not wait for a date. They move when the land falls silent, when the plains can no longer tarry the hunger of millions. Then an ancient command rises in their blood, as old as the continent itself. Go north. And they obey. More than 1.5 million wildebeest, 300,000 gazelles, and 200,000 zebras surge forward like a single living tide. From the sky, they stretch across the earth in lines so vast they seem without end. A river of flesh and dust, rolling with the rhythm of life, death, and renewal. For each animal, there is only one law: survive. Wildebeest, restless grazers with iron stomachs, devour the land beneath them. They cannot pause. A 2023 ecological study confirms that in this chapter of the journey, they move faster than at any other time of year. 6 to 9 kilometers every single day. Not by choice, but by instinct forged through thousands of generations. As the south and center of the Serengeti wither, hesitation becomes deadly. To slow down is to starve. To linger is to fall. With the rains gone, only a web of shrinking streams remains along the western corridor. The herds chase this last breath of water, their hooves sending tremors through the open plains. The savannah becomes a battleground of stamina, a place where only the relentless endure. But the migration is no chaotic stampede. It is a masterpiece of survival strategy. In such overwhelming numbers, the herd becomes a fortress, a living shield that confuses and blinds the predators lying in wait. And yet, as the journey drags on, the mega herd breaks apart, splintering into smaller armies, each group a self-sustaining engine of survival, spreading across the grasslands like shifting currents. Over 750 kilometers, every step teeters between life and death. As the herds reach Grumeti, the air tightens. This is predator country. Lions and cheetahs emerge from the tall grass, silent, patient, deadly. The masters of the hunt know exactly where to strike. At choke points where the tired falter, where the weak drift from the river of bodies. Lionesses crouch unseen, in towering grass, behind thorn thickets, atop hidden mounds, waiting for the single heartbeat when the herd stumbles. Then comes the explosion, a leap, a pounce, a kill measured in seconds. The great migration pushes on, and the plains claim their dues. The prey are not helpless. Zebras, sharp-eyed, alert, become the sentinels of the plains. A 2023 Serengeti Institute study reveals they can spot a lion from nearly 1.5 miles away. And when danger rises, they scream, a piercing alarm that detonates through the herds. Thousands shift in an instant. The savannah transforms into a battlefield on the brink. Speed becomes the ultimate weapon. Zebras and wildebeest slam into 40 to 50 miles per hour, forcing lions to burn every ounce of strength. But lions can't hold that pace. If the prey is fast enough or stubborn enough, they live. And sometimes they fight back. A 500-pound wildebeest armed with 30-inch horns can gore a lion. A zebra's hind kick can shatter rims or crush a skull. But for the smaller Thompson's gazelle, another nightmare waits: the cheetah, a predator built for one thing: speed. At 60 to 70 miles per hour, its blistery sprint leaves almost no room for escape. Yet gazelles are clever. They zigzag, dart, disappear. If they can survive 20, maybe 30 seconds, the cheetah burns out. and the chase ends. By May and June, a far deadlier test awaits, the Grumety River. Not as wide as the Mara, but every bit as lethal. Across the far bank lies life, grass, water, hope. But inside the murky depths waits death, the Nile crocodile. Giants, 20 feet long, bone-crushing jaws delivering over 3,700 psi. One strike, and a grown zebra vanishes beneath the surface. When tens of thousands pour into the narrow channel, chaos ignites. White water explodes, screams echo, bodies collide in panic. Some drown, others are dragged under by ancient monsters. But those who make it across earn their reward, the promise of survival. Scattered across the western corridor and Kogatende, the air thickens with tension. The migration is no longer a solid wall. It fractures into smaller, looser groups, and in those cracks, predators find opportunity. Lions, the crownless kings of the Serengeti, wait for this moment. They exploit exhaustion, chaos, and the turmoil of the mating season. Dominant males, drained from constant battles, become vulnerable. Power becomes a burden. Leadership turns into a target. Along the Grumety and deep in the rugged Singida region, lions turn the land itself into a trap. Dense thickets, broken riverbanks, scattered woodland, natural fortresses, perfect for ambush. Lionesses lie silent, invisible, waiting for the weary to make one fatal step toward water. Then, in a flash, they strike. A burst of fury, a lethal pounce, a kill written in muscle and precision. But lions aren't the only threat. In the shadows, another predator prowls. The leopard, a solitary assassin, a master of stealth, blending seamlessly into the Serengeti's patchy forests and tangled undergrowth. Its rosettes vanish into the vegetation. A leopard can wait motionless for hours, poised for the moment a young zebra or a Thompson's gazelle strays too far. During the mating season, when dominant males are consumed with fighting for territory, herds scatter more easily than ever. With rippling muscles and unrivaled climbing skill, leopards maneuver through rugged terrain, then launch from a tree or burst from tall grass in a flash attack. all over in seconds, before the herd even realizes what happened. Data from 2024 shows leopards succeed in 50 to 60% of these surprise strikes, a chilling reminder of their deadly efficiency. And then, carried on the wind, comes the eerie laughter of hyenas. If lions are organized warriors and leopards are solitary killers, hyenas are opportunistic marauders with terrifying pack strategy. Their clans are highly structured, each member with a role to play. When the herds splinter, the young, the weak, the isolated become easy targets. Hyenas aren't just hunters, they're expert thieves. They trail lions and leopards, waiting until the kill is made, but not yet eaten, then swarm in to overwhelm and steal the prize. Unlike big cats who rely on swift precision, hyenas wage wars of attrition, circling, chasing, wearing prey down until it collapses in exhaustion. From August to October, the migration enters its most brutal chapter. Kogatende in northern Serengeti and Kenya's Masai Mara become the epicenter. Every day, millions of wildebeests, zebras, and gazelles converge on a single deadly obstacle: the Mara River. This raging river stretches for miles, a natural wall dividing life from death. On the far side lies Masai Mara, a lush 1,500-kilometer paradise where rain-fed grasses beckon the herds. But to reach it, they must brave the killers that wait below. Giant Nile crocodiles up to 20 feet long, with a bone-crushing bite of 3,700 psi, lurk beneath the muddy surface. Each year, when the herds pour in, the river erupts into a blood-soaked feast. Yet the crocodiles aren't the only danger. The river itself is unpredictable. In years of heavy rain, sudden flash floods can sweep away hundreds in minutes. In drier years, low water makes crossings easier, but exposes the herds to more crocodile attacks, as they are forced to use shallow, ambush-prone channels. A 2024 Serengeti Institute study revealed a deadly trade-off. In flood years, drowning pushes mortality up by 10 to 20%. In drought years, drowning drops, but crocodile kills surge. Every leap into the river is a gamble with death. From July through October, Mara crossings happen daily at multiple points. Sometimes only a few dozen animals take the plunge. Other times, as many as 10,000 surge into the water at once, shattering the river in an explosion of foam. Screams echo across the valley, hooves hammer the river's surface, and crocodiles strike from the depths. It is both magnificent and horrifying, a red ocean at the heart of the savannah. Strangely, the herds often change their minds in an instant. They may cross only to turn back, as if the river exerts a hypnotic pull, forcing them to test the boundary between life and death, again and again. And predators don't wait in the water alone. On the banks, lions and hyenas lie in ambush, ready to snatch the stragglers, the exhausted, the unlucky. The crossing is more than a physical test. It is total war, where every animal must stake its life just to move forward. Those that survive step onto the far bank, into the Masai Mara. This fertile land, an extension of the Serengeti, unfolds in rolling grasslands, river valleys, and scattered woodland. Heavy annual rainfall sustains a rich ecosystem, home to more than 95 mammal species and 570 bird species. But Masai Mara is no safe haven. It is both paradise and battleground. The abundance of prey fuels a thriving predator population. The legendary Big Five, lion, leopard, elephant, buffalo, and rhinoceros roam here. And at the top of it all, the lions. In prides like the famed Marsh Pride, they dominate the land, exploiting the herd's arrival to feast. Small prey may fall to a single lioness, but larger quarry, buffalo, or even young elephants demand a coordinated strike from the entire pride. Masai Mara becomes a stage for some of the most spectacular hunts on Earth. Entire prides hurl themselves at prey weighing tons, while thousands of wildebeests and zebras continue their endless march, knowing that tomorrow will bring another battle. As dusk settles over the grasslands, the Masai Mara sheds its skin. Honey gold fades into a deep indigo sea. This is when the lions take the throne. Their eyes, cold twin stars, slice through the dark. Hunting success soars when night becomes an ally. After days on the move, wildebeests and zebras are spent. One wrong turn, one ragged breath, and the herd's formation breaks. Lions aren't just hunters. They are guardians of ecological order. When lion numbers rise, pressure on grazers rises with them. The grasslands aren't shaved to the root. They get time to recover, to sprout anew. Paradoxically, a lion's fangs act like a comb that keeps the entire ecosystem smooth. A healthy Mara depends on that balance. Plenty of prey, but never beyond what the plains can heal. At the woodland edge and along the riverbanks, leopards glide like ghosts, masters of absence. The less seen, the more they win. They live alone, quietly measuring distance, wind, and a prey's breathing. The Mara's varied vegetation grants them 1,000 curtains, tall grass, thorny acacias, brooding rock outcrops. A leopard's menu is a nimble symphony. From rabbits and birds to impala and gazelles, they creep, then burst, ending the chase in a single beat. Night hunts ease daytime pressure on prey and indirectly help pace the grass's recovery. With a success rate around 38%, leopards rank among the savannah's most efficient killers. Not as loud as lions, not as dazzling as cheetahs, but tireless, precise, never wasting a move. African savanna elephants stride like bold strokes across the Mara's endless page. Adult bulls rise more than 10 feet at the shoulder and can weigh over 6 tons. Females are lighter, both carry memories as deep as flood-swollen rivers, ancestral trails, hidden waterholes, grasslands reborn, passed down like living maps. Elephants are the architects of the savanna. They topple shrubs, opening skylights that let new grass surge. They dig for water in drought, leaving small wells for countless creatures to drink from. Consuming over 300 pounds of vegetation a day, they reshape the land, creating space for impalas, gazelles, hares, corridors for wandering herds, and clear lanes for the chases of predators. Stand in the wind-swept Mara night, and you might feel the sky settle onto an elephant's broad back, nature writing its story in slow, steady steps. Buffalo, by contrast, are a manifesto of power. Curved horns, a helmet-thick boss, a moving fortress. Bulls weigh up to a ton, stand 4 to 5 feet tall, and carry a steel-cold spirit across their brows. They travel in blocks of hundreds, a foe that even lions must weigh carefully. In danger, the herd counterattacks with precision, turning, forming walls, shielding their calves. Field studies show that lion success against large buffalo herds sinks to barely 10 to 15%, not because lions are weak, but because buffalo unity turns individuals into links and the herd into a hammer. Within the Big Five, rhinos are the somber chapter. In the Mara roam black rhinos, smaller, wary, volatile, and white rhinos, larger and more common farther south. Both leave their signature prints on the grass. The black rhino, weighing up to 3,000 pounds with horns stretching nearly 5 feet, carries a cruel fate. The stronger it stands, the bigger the target it becomes. Only an estimated 30 to 40 remain in the Mara, an alarm bell for the world. Poaching and the black market turn a single horn, just a body part, into the excuse for tragedy. And so, on moonless nights, patrol teams head out once more. Every step a vow. Without rhinos, the Big Five is broken, and the Mara loses a piece of its soul. From July to October, the grasslands shift their tone. The Great Migration pours over the Mara River like a storm of bone and flesh. Daily crossings erupt, sometimes a few dozen, sometimes 10,000. Hurling themselves into the current, the riverbanks thunder like war. Below, Nile crocodiles hold their breath. Above, lions and hyenas crouch. It is brutal, and yet it renews the system. Mass grazing kickstarts fresh growth. Pounding hooves spread seeds, till the soil. Dung enriches the earth, drawing insects, birds, and the predators that follow. Where herds of giants march in endless lines, shadows follow, predators stalk every step. In an instant, the vast grassland transforms into a brutal battleground for survival. Here, millions face hunger, thirst, exhaustion, and the relentless jaws that pursue them. Where are you watching from? Leave a comment and step with us into the Serengeti, battle for survival in predator territory. Serengeti is the starting point of the Great Migration, one of Africa's 7 greatest natural wonders. From swift predators to resilient prey, every creature becomes a vital brushstroke in nature's living masterpiece. The thunder of hooves rolls across the plains, driving both hunter and hunted into a relentless fight for survival. Leopards stalk with absolute patience, hauling their kills high into the trees, far above the reach of lions and hyenas. In another battlefield, cheetahs strike like arrows, lightning quick, decisive. But their victories are fragile. A kill won can be stolen in moments. Meanwhile, lions seize the chaos, closing in as wildebeest and zebras funnel into narrow paths where escape routes vanish. A chase ignites. Only the strong endure, the weak fall behind. Beneath the waters of the Mara River, shadows wait. Nile crocodiles lie motionless. Silent executioners, awaiting the mass crossing that unleashes an endless feast. Every leap from the water becomes a fight for life. Every narrow escape pushes them one step closer to survival. From November to May, the rainy season revives the land. With 750 to 1,000 millimeters of rainfall each year, the Serengeti woodlands breathe like moist lungs of the savannah. But climate change fractures the rhythm. Food grows scattered, unpredictable, forcing herbivores to travel farther for water and nourishment. As the dry season returns, temperatures soar above 35 degrees Celsius and water sources shrink. Giraffes reach for the tall canopies of acacia and camphora trees, using their 45-centimeter tongues to pluck precious leaves. Buffalo form wide lines across patches of moist grass, each adult consuming up to 35 kilograms a day, yet the heat drains their strength faster than ever. Heights of 3 to 4 meters and weights reaching 6 tons, African elephants are the giants of the earth and the architects of the ecosystem. Their massive ears act like natural radiators, dispelling heat through a web of surface blood vessels. During the harshest weeks, elephant herds journey toward the Grumeti or Rufiji rivers, using their powerful trunks to dig deep into the soil and create temporary waterholes, lifelines for countless other animals. With enormous energy demands, an adult elephant consumes up to 160 kilograms of food per day. As they feed on shrubs and small trees, they open up the land, expanding grasslands and encouraging the growth of new vegetation. Even the paths they walk become ecological corridors, guiding plant diversity and sheltering smaller species. Their dung, rich in nutrients, fertilizes the soil and fuels a thriving, sustainable cycle of life. Yet in recent years, climate change has tightened its grip, placing growing pressure on the survival strategies of these giants who shape the savanna. Droughts are becoming longer, and seasonal rains increasingly unpredictable, raising competition throughout the entire ecological chain. In this challenging environment, African buffalo demonstrate highly effective strategies for adaptation and survival. Adults weighing between 500 and 900 kilograms are recognized by their large curved horns, which form a solid boss across the forehead, an important natural shield during clashes and against predators. Thanks to this structure and their cooperative behavior, buffalo maintain an impressive survival rate of up to 89%, even in areas with dense predator populations. Herds can range from 50 to more than 1,000 individuals, with adult males typically leading at the front, while females and calves stay protected in the center. During the dry season, when temperatures rise to 35 to 38 degrees Celsius, they seek shade under large trees to reduce heat and preserve moisture before moving toward open grasslands to feed as the day cools. Each buffalo consumes 12 to 16 kilograms of grass per day, helping regulate vegetation in transition zones between savanna and woodland. Their movement creates trails that function as secondary biological corridors, supporting the mobility and shelter needs of many native species. Although adult buffalo are rarely brought down due to their size and strong defensive formation, calves remain vulnerable. More than 60% of successful hunts occur at dusk or at night, when herd defenses temporarily weaken. These interactions maintain natural selective pressure on both predator and prey, helping stabilize population numbers across the ecosystem. This year, the dry season lasts longer than usual. Rainfall drops sharply, and water availability declines quickly. Marshlands shrink into crucial conflict zones, where many species must gather at the same limited water sources, increasing interactions between predators and prey. Wildebeest, zebra, and antelope approach these water points cautiously, aware of the constant threat of ambush. Studies show that over 62% of lion ambushes occur within 150 meters of dry season water sources, demonstrating how essential and dangerous these areas become. Within this landscape, the spotted hyena emerges as one of the most resilient and successful predators. with an evolutionary history of more than 22 million years. Hyenas have survived through many geological changes thanks to their powerful jaws, social structure, and adaptable hunting strategies. Clans may include up to 80 individuals, led by dominant females who coordinate group activities, from hunting to territorial defense. Their cooperative approach significantly increases their success rate, particularly when targeting large prey or competing with other predators. Hyenas often hide in tall grasses, taking advantage of soft light and shadows to remain undetected. They observe patiently, waiting for prey to enter open areas they have already identified as ideal for an attack. Their ability to sprint up to 56 kilometers per hour allows them to close in quickly when the moment arrives. Their jaws are significantly stronger than those of many other carnivores, with a bite force nearly twice that of a male lion. This allows spotted hyenas to crush bones and extract the maximum nutrition from a carcass. Beyond active hunting, they also secure food by taking leftovers from other predators or feeding on animals that have already died. This role makes them essential decomposition engineers within the ecosystem. Every part of a carcass is consumed quickly, and every bone-crushing bite contributes to the natural recycling process that supports the wider landscape. In the Serengeti, an estimated population of around 3,000 lions makes this region one of the areas with the highest lion densities on Earth. As apex predators, they have shaped the dynamics of life here for more than 2 million years. Adult East African lions are notably large. Males can weigh up to 230 kilograms and measure 2.4 to 3 meters in length. Their thick mane, found only in males, serves as protection for the head and neck during confrontations. Females, on the other hand, are lighter at 120 to 180 kilograms, yet they form the core of most hunting activities. To sustain their muscular bodies, lions require an average of 4.5 to 7 kilograms of meat per day, and can consume up to 15 kilograms in a single meal. Lionesses often rely on silent stalking, using low vegetation and the low light of dusk to increase hunting success. Woodlands, with enough cover to conceal their approach while still allowing good visibility, provide ideal conditions for short ambushes and coordinated attacks. Speed is not a lion's primary advantage. Instead, powerful hind limbs, strong forelimbs, and deep, forceful jaws allow them to bring down large prey, such as zebra, wildebeest, and even adult African buffalo. Within the pride structure, females carry out most hunts, while males typically intervene when the prey is particularly large or when other predators compete for the same kill. Their robust build, especially their jaw and forelimb strength, enables them to confront even well-defended animals like buffalo. Competition among predators is intense. Lions frequently clash with spotted hyenas, and direct conflict occurs in roughly 38% of large hunts. These rival encounters often involve attempts to steal kills or seize control of food sources. Today, the East African lion is listed as vulnerable by the International Union for Conservation of Nature due to increasing habitat loss and growing conflict with humans. The decline in lion populations threatens not only the species, but also the stability of the Serengeti ecosystem, where lions play a vital role in regulating herbivore numbers and maintaining ecological balance. The Serengeti woodlands span hundreds of square kilometers of savanna and open woodland. Here, the East African cheetah demonstrates its exceptional hunting abilities. In this open terrain, with tall grasses and scattered tree clusters, every movement becomes as swift and striking as a streak of light. Over more than 3 million years of evolution, the cheetah has developed a lean body, lightweight skeleton, flexible muscles, and long limbs, features finely tuned for speed and precision in every motion. Unlike larger carnivores like lions or spotted hyenas, the East African cheetah does not roar, does not form large prides, and does not engage in direct competition for territorial dominance. Males typically form small coalitions of 2 to 3 individuals to patrol and defend hunting grounds, while females live alone with their cubs, taking on the full role of rearing and teaching hunting skills until the young reach independence. As the sun rises higher, cheetahs use their advantages to stealthily approach prey through tall grasses, often getting within 100 meters of their target. When the moment comes, they launch forward with strides up to 7 meters long, powered by a perfect coordination of limbs, spine, and pelvic muscles. Their long tails act as biological rudders, helping maintain balance and execute sudden turns when prey veers off the run. Cheetahs can reach speeds between 93 to 98 kilometers per hour in under 3 seconds, but their top speed can only be sustained over distances of no more than 300 meters, before they must stop to recover their heartbeat and breathing. A cheetah's hunt is a highly standardized sequence of behaviors, from targeting, stalking, acceleration, takedown, to biting the prey's throat to block airflow and end the chase within minutes. However, because their build is not suited for prolonged impact if the hunt fails, cheetahs usually abandon the chase quickly to avoid energy loss, especially in grasslands where temperatures often rise above 32 degrees Celsius. Situated at an elevation of about 1,500 meters between Serengeti National Park and the Ngorongoro Conservation Area, Lolando rangelands experience a semi-arid climate with temperatures ranging from 10 degrees at night to around 30 degrees during the day. The land is dry yet full of vitality, thanks to native vegetation like Themita triandra and Soteria species that hold the soil, prevent erosion, and maintain the grass layer essential for migrating large animals. For migratory species such as wildebeest, zebra, and Thompson's gazelle, Lolando is a vital rest stop on their harsh journey. Small streams cut across the grasslands here, offering especially valuable water sources during the dry season, when much of the Serengeti region becomes scarce in water. Lolando serves as a hub of ecological balance, a place where wildlife and Masai community livestock coexist, sharing the vast open rangelands. The wide, unobstructed grasslands of Lolando rangelands also provide an ideal environment for the Thompson's gazelle, a small but agile antelope species. They roam throughout the Serengeti. The gazelle herds here, ranging from a few dozen to several hundred individuals, travel alongside the migratory paths of wildebeest and zebra. Living in herds is a survival strategy in an open space like Lolando, where grass is short and the terrain flat. Sharp observation and quick response are key. Each individual in the herd acts as a biological radar station, contributing to an early warning system against the presence of cheetahs, hyenas, or lions. Their diet is simple yet effective: short grasses and a few shrub species, high in fiber and easy to digest, making it an ideal energy source in the dry season when water is scarce. When the rainy season arrives and the grass grows lush and green, Thompson's gazelles take advantage of the opportunity to build up nutrients. During this brief period, they grew rapidly, shed their coats, and prepare for the next phase of migration. When threatened, gazelles use a strategy called high springy jumps on all four legs in sharp, deliberate motions. These leaps serve both to confuse predators and to alert others in the herd of approaching danger. Lolando rangelands are also an ecological haven for the Grant's gazelle. They stand just under 1 meter tall at the shoulder and weigh between 45 to 75 kilograms. With a flexible build and strong legs, this antelope species is well equipped to overcome the harsh challenges of Lolando, where water is often scarce and grass grows sparsely. Grant's gazelles live in small groups or within more complex social structures. It is the cooperation among individuals that enhances their chances of survival. They can reach speeds of up to 80 kilometers per hour to escape the grasp of predators like lions and cheetahs. Curved horns on males are a key distinguishing feature. During the breeding season, adult males display their strength by defending territory and attracting females. One of Grant's gazelle's standout survival traits is their ability to extract water from plants. Their diet consists mainly of short grasses and low shrubs, allowing them to go without drinking water for weeks during prolonged dry seasons. When grass becomes sparse and water limited, they seek out moisture-rich or nutrient-dense shrubs to survive, even migrating to greener areas if necessary. Their digestive system is highly adaptable, allowing them to switch easily between grass and browse as food availability shifts, a survival strategy that helps maintain the ecological balance of the region. The open and demanding environment of the Lolando rangelands also sharpens the Grant's gazelle's speed, agility, and ability to sustain life in wide, unforgiving landscapes. As the migrating herds flood the grasslands, bringing with them the hope carried from the green savannas, the unyielding chases begin. Every sound, every breeze sweeping through the wild grass could signal the start of a life or death struggle. During the dry season, when every sip of water and every patch of grass becomes scarce, predators face intense pressure, with no other choice. They must fight for every meal in the vast yet unforgiving expanse of Lolando. The semi-arid lands of Lolando rangelands stretch out beneath the sunset like a sparse, tree-dotted desert, harsh yet full of advantage. The open grasslands and scattered low shrubs create an ideal hunting ground, where the East African lion has adapted down to every muscle fiber and bone structure to survive and rule. Their manes are no longer thick and heavy like those in wetter regions. They are lighter, shorter, allowing for more efficient heat dissipation under the intense sun and reducing the need for water. As prey thins out and surface water disappears, lion prides are forced to expand their territories. They travel longer distances here than anywhere else. Their hunting behaviors shift dramatically as well. Each night, the lionesses silently lead the way, choosing optimal positions in the shadows, hiding behind shrubs or stones to draw near. And as dusk settles, they strike. A light breeze carries the scent of buffalo horn and dry earth, a sign of a hunter moving through the night. Hunting success improves as the lionesses coordinate, splitting buffalo or antelope herds so the male lions can charge in. The harsh pressure in Lolando comes not just from the environment, but from every step the prey takes. As water becomes scarcer, lions have learned this truth. Drinking from the prey is faster than searching for water. A large prey animal is more than a meal. It is life itself. The whole pride feeds, absorbs fluids, and sustains itself until the next hunt begins. When the sun no longer scorches the land, the spotted hyena seizes the cooler moments to hunt, conserving water and energy under the blistering daytime heat. Night is their ally. They can travel several kilometers through the dark in search of food and stable water sources. When chasing Thompson's gazelle or zebra, spotted hyenas perform a masterful hunting dance. Their speed and endurance become evident. They can pursue prey over long distances before delivering the final strike. When food is scarce, they join forces in powerful clans, sometimes even taking down prey remains from lions, their direct competitors. Their ability to organize and coordinate as a group allows spotted hyenas to control, seize, and sustain access to food, especially when water sources become increasingly limited. The vast grasslands and low wooded hills of the Lolando rangelands are also home to the Masai community and their livestock, living in a delicate balance between human life and untamed wilderness. From cattle to sheep and goats, they appear like scattered dots across the canvas of earth and sky, wandering in search of every precious blade of green in this semi-arid land. With rising grazing demands and expanding population pressure, patches of grass are rapidly worn thin beneath hundreds of hooves, weakening the vitality of the ecosystem. The Masai move their herds seasonally, giving the grasslands time to recover and carefully selecting grazing grounds to preserve the lifeblood of soil and vegetation. They stand firm amid the sweeping changes of nature and society, embracing ecotourism as a new source of livelihood, honoring their traditions while holding on to hope for the protection of their ancestral land. High above, the tawny eagle soars freely. Its shadow sweeps across the sun-drenched ground of the dry grasslands. Its dense feather structure is a survival strategy, shielding it from the scorching heat of the day and the biting cold at night, optimizing its ability to endure in an environment where only the strongest prevail. From hundreds of meters in the air, the tawny eagle's sharp eyes scan the land below, detecting even the slightest movements. While its targets are often small rodents or birds, its ability to hunt and scavenge from larger predators makes it a vital part of the semi-arid ecosystem. When the moment is right, it dives with force, slicing through the air like an arrow. Its sharp talons and hooked beak, blade-like and precise, are ready to tear into flesh. Lolando is a harsh land. During the dry season, when food and water are scarce, the tawny eagle reveals its resilience. It is not just a hunter, but a natural cleanup crew, feeding on carcasses, helping prevent disease outbreaks, and keeping the ecological cycle moving forward. But none fulfill that role better than the white-headed vulture. This scavenging bird is often the first to arrive at wild feasts, diving in to tear at the soft flesh of carcasses before the larger predators come to fight over what remains. The white-headed vulture can travel many kilometers in a single day. Soaring high over the grasslands and dry woodlands, it scans the ground below for signs of life or death. Its powerful digestive system can break down diseased tissue without a trace. Silent warriors that cleanse the environment, preserving the health of the vast ecosystem. Meanwhile, the Ruppel's vulture, capable of flying as high as 11,300 meters, is one of the highest flying birds in the world. A specialized hemoglobin structure in their blood allows them to absorb oxygen at extremely low altitudes, a rare trait among birds. In thin air, Ruppel's vultures breathe with ease thanks to a unique lung structure, granting them endurance and the ability to scan vast landscapes far below. When a carcass is left behind on the savannah, they gather in flocks, using powerful beaks and strong skeletal frames to tear through hide, crush bones, and consume remains thoroughly. This behavior not only allows the species to survive in an environment where food is scarce, but it also ensures that no biological fuel goes to waste. The land, the grasslands, and other species all benefit from this process. The sharp eyes of Ruppel's vulture can detect a carcass from great distances. Once food is found, they descend rapidly, often overpowering other scavengers. With strong beaks and large bodies, they not only consume the softer parts of a carcass, but can also digest decomposing tissues, preventing the spread of disease. Their strength has earned them the title of environmental warriors as they help clean up the wild. However, Ruppel's vulture is now facing the risk of extinction. Their population is rapidly declining due to habitat loss, poisoning from chemically contaminated carcasses, and illegal hunting. In the distance rise the kopjes, ancient granite outcrops like biological fortresses emerging from the lush green sea of the Serengeti. Formed millions of years ago through tectonic uplift and weathering, these rocky formations stand anywhere from a few meters to over 30 meters high, creating stark yet strategic stone peaks. Under the blazing sun of the semi-arid savanna, where daytime temperatures can exceed 30 degrees Celsius, kopjes offer perfect shelter for rock hyraxes and agana lizards. Around the base of the rocks, the thin soil retains moisture for longer, thanks to the way sloped stone surfaces collect rainwater, allowing moisture-loving plants like Kalina and Euphorbia to grow, a rarity in such a vast dry landscape. When the dry season stretches on and the plains become barren, these moist pockets and tiny patches of vegetation around the kopjes sustain insects, birds, and small herbivores like dik-diks. In this way, kopjes become transfer stations in the food chain, drawing in both predators and prey. High atop rocky ledges and hidden crevices, the rock hyrax evades the watchful eyes of formidable predators like leopards and eagles. With special foot pads and sweat gland tissues that enhance grip on slippery surfaces, they move between rock and sky like skilled mountaineers. Small and seemingly insignificant, the rock hyrax possesses strong incisor teeth, tough as ivory, shared with their distant relatives, the elephants. These teeth allow them to crush tough leaves and bark under the burning heat of the Serengeti. Groups of rock hyraxes can number up to 80 individuals. With a strong social instinct, they survive through unity, staying highly alert to every whistle or subtle movement that signals danger. Each member of the group is constantly watching, because even the shadow of a soaring eagle above could spell trouble. But prey would hardly suspect that behind those granite outcrops hides a master of stealth, silently setting its sights. For the leopard, kopjes are ideal observation posts, places where it can watch from above, avoid other predators, and hold the advantage of surprise. The leopard is one of the most skilled solitary hunters among the big cats of the savannah. Its pale golden coat, with dark rosette spots, provides perfect camouflage against the rocky terrain and shrubs of the kopjes. A powerful build, strong hind legs, and agile forelimbs allow it to leap, scale rocks, and strike in a matter of seconds. As a solitary predator, the leopard typically approaches its prey quietly, waiting for the moment of least awareness. Then it pounces from above, taking down anything from small antelopes to large birds. Its climbing ability is a crucial survival strategy. Strong muscles and sharp claws allow it to drag prey up into tall trees or deep rock crevices, keeping food safe from competitors like spotted hyenas or lions. Amid the towering rock formations of the kopjes in Serengeti, small lion prides, often just 5 to 10 individuals, survive and thrive in a constrained and unforgiving environment. Unlike the vast grasslands where prey is plentiful, these rocky hills offer limited space and scarce food sources. But it is precisely this scarcity that has shaped a unique survival strategy for lions living here. They use the rocky terrain as both personal fortresses and ambush sites. From the high stone peaks, they can scan the grasslands and bushes below, waiting for migrating antelope herds or other prey to approach. Instead of charging into open fields, they move quietly between boulders, poised to leap down from above, dramatically increasing their chances of a successful hunt. When they capture prey, lions often drag the carcass into hidden rock crevices or shade beneath large boulders to avoid having it stolen by hyenas or other scavengers. Roars echoing across the rocks serve not only as warnings, but also as territorial signals in this highly competitive landscape. Surrounding major rivers like the Gauntlet River and the Mara River are the marshlands of Serengeti National Park. These wetlands retain moisture and water, even as the surrounding grasslands and woodlands begin to dry out during the harsh dry season. They attract large numbers of both migratory and resident species, thanks to their ability to provide a stable water source and lush green habitat. Here, plants like papyrus, sedge, and aquatic grasses form dense vegetation that both retains and filters water, offering clean, life-sustaining water to many species. This thriving environment not only nourishes water birds and fish, but also provides a safe refuge for amphibians, keeping them sheltered from the intense Serengeti heat. The tall shrubs and dense grasses also offer cover for larger mammals, helping them escape from predators. A perfect ecological mosaic of a vibrant Serengeti, preserving nature's balance during the toughest months of the dry season. The year-round abundance of water in this area allows the Masai giraffe to stay hydrated without having to travel long distances. Unlike in other regions, when food is plentiful and water is always available, giraffes can focus on foraging acacia trees and tall shrubs, essential nutritional sources for their massive bodies. With towering heights ranging from 4.5 to 5.5 meters, they can easily scan the surrounding environment and detect predators from afar, an important survival advantage. Their long, powerful legs allow them to move through soft and waterlogged swamp terrain with ease, while also serving as a strong defense when needed. The hind legs of the Masai giraffe pack considerable power, capable of delivering kicks strong enough to inflict serious injury, helping them defend themselves effectively when threatened. During the rainy season, as the marshes grow lush and green, Masai giraffes often focus on reproduction. The dense vegetated areas of the wetlands provide ideal birthing grounds, offering safety and protection for newborn calves against potential threats. Soon after birth, the calves are able to stand and follow their mothers, greatly increasing their chances of survival in the challenging swamp environment. This swampy region is also a promised land for the African secret ibis, offering shallow waters and abundant vegetation. This flexible feeding behavior allows the sacred ibis to adapt when food becomes scarce, especially during the dry season, prompting them to move in search of new water sources. During breeding season, they gather in large groups, building nests from sticks and grass atop dense shrubs or low trees to protect their eggs from potential threats. This flock-based structure not only enhances early predator detection, but also increases the protection of their young. Their lightweight build allows them to hunt by slowly wading through water, detecting prey with every deliberate step, and probing with a sensitive curved bill. With long arched beaks and sturdy legs, they navigate murky waters skillfully, avoiding ripples or disturbances as they feed. The freshwater and rich ecosystem here also make this an ideal environment for heron species. Moving gracefully on their long legs, gray herons, black-headed herons, and gray egrets quietly hunt using their sharp beaks. They probe the clear water for prey, where a single careless move from a fish, amphibian, or insect can instantly turn into a meal. Each heron species has its own distinctive hunting strategy. Their gray and white plumage blends seamlessly into the shadows of trees and tall grasses, allowing them to avoid detection by both prey and predators. The uneven waterlogged terrain of the swamps creates perfect conditions for herons to access food sources with minimal disturbance. Their long legs and sturdy clawed feet act like hooks, gripping soft ground and keeping them steady in water and mud. They stand still, patiently waiting, eyes fixed on the water's surface. Then suddenly, a lightning-fast stab of the beak sends ripples across the water. This wait and ambush tactic conserves energy, making it perfectly suited to the swamp environment where food sources cluster around shallow waters. During the dry season, as swamp waters recede and food becomes scarce, these herons are forced to move on in search of new wetlands. Their short-range migrations are a testament to their remarkable adaptability, allowing them to follow the shifting dynamics of the swamps to survive. The herons here are not only skilled hunters, they are also essential links in the fragile balance that defines the Serengeti's wetland mosaic. But perhaps the true silent ruler of the swamps is the hippopotamus. With massive bodies measuring between 3.3 to 4.9 meters in length and weighing up to 2 tons, hippos are among the most imposing creatures in these wetlands. They spend most of the daytime submerged in cool water, with just their eyes and ears above the surface, monitoring every movement around them. The swamps not only provide a refreshing refuge, but also shield them from the harsh sun, protecting their thick skin and allowing them to secrete a red blood-like fluid that acts as both a natural sunscreen and an antibacterial barrier. When night falls, hippos leave their familiar waters. The entire herd moves onto land in search of nutritious food, primarily fresh grasses and shrubs, vital for sustaining their health in this demanding environment. On average, they consume up to 36 kilograms of grass each night, but only after dark, when most other animals have already found shelter. This nighttime grazing strategy reduces competition for food and conserves energy under the intense heat of the day. In this world, the power of the hippo is a force to be reckoned with. Their bite force can reach 1,800 pounds per square inch, enough to intimidate any intruder. Their 40-centimeter-long tusks serve as formidable weapons, which they are ready to use to defend their water territory. Herds of 10 to 30 individuals form tight social systems, where dominant males not only control water access, but also guard the females from potential threats. Hippos are far from random giants in this ecosystem. They forge paths through small streams, creating corridors for smaller species and sustaining life across the swamp ecosystem. And there, in the peaceful flow of the swamp waters, the image of a hippo stands like a natural monument, playing an irreplaceable role in the living mosaic of the Serengeti. Throughout the dry season, when other rivers dry up, the Grumi becomes a magnet for migratory wildlife. Massive herds of wildebeest, zebra, and gazelle rush toward its refreshing waters to drink and survive. The river maintains moisture and nourishes the riverside vegetation year-round, creating fertile ground for species that rely on its abundant resources. Lurking within this river are silent and fearsome predators, Nile crocodiles. With lengths reaching up to 5.5 meters and weights of up to 680 kilograms, the Nile crocodile is one of the largest crocodilian species on Earth. They lie motionless beneath the surface, exposing only their eyes, ears, and nostrils, each part finely tuned for stealthy observation and ambush. Equipped with thick, mud-coated gray-brown skin, Nile crocodiles blend perfectly with the riverbanks. When wildebeest or zebra step too close, they strike, unleashing jaws lined with sharp teeth. Their bite force can reach 5,000 pounds per square inch, one of the most powerful of any living animal. Smaller prey may fall instantly after a single snap. For larger animals, crocodiles employ the infamous death roll, gripping their prey tightly and spinning violently through the water to tear it apart and share the meal with others. Though ruthless predators, Nile crocodiles also possess the remarkable ability to slow their metabolism when food is scarce, allowing them to survive for months with little to hunt. In this way, they are not only hunters, but benchmarks of the survival cycle, forming a vital link that helps maintain the balance of life in the Serengeti. But the migration is not only about survival and death. As the rainy season fades, May signals the moment for the herds to move toward the Gumati River. This is the Western Corridor, a convergence of rivers, riverine forests, and vast, seasonally flooded grasslands. Here, as the migrating herds arrive, the river's flow sustains soil moisture, nourishing young grasses and shrubs. A plentiful feast awaits them. By June, the massive herds pause along the riverbanks, seeking temporary refuge before continuing their journey. With the Gumati River teeming with lurking crocodiles, the crossing becomes a brutal test of survival. Weaker or less fortunate individuals may fall victim to the predators beneath the surface. And during the dry season, the shrinking water supply leaves many animals exhausted, adding even more hardship to an already perilous journey. When moving in large herds, wildebeest form a natural shield against dangerous predators like lions, leopards, and hyenas. This unity not only offers protection, but also enhances their ability to locate and share the abundant food resources found in the Western Corridor. The death of some individuals during migration, in turn, becomes a source of life for others. Wildebeest carcasses drifting in the river provide feasts for crocodiles and later for scavenger birds, creating a sustainable nutrient cycle within the Gumati River. Dense layers of dung enrich the soil, stimulating vigorous grass growth and offering food for other herbivores. This is an ecological cycle, one that sustains vitality, prevents land degradation, and preserves the richness of the grasslands and wetlands across the Serengeti. Leading the way are herds of zebras steadily entering the western corridor of the Serengeti, moving in tandem with the wildebeest in their grand journey. The Gumati River serves as a vital stop, filled with peril, yet a gift from nature itself. With abundant water, the zebra take full advantage, drinking their fill and preparing for the dry stretches ahead. Moving in large groups of hundreds or even thousands, they create a living wall of protection. Adult individuals often take positions along the outer edges, shielding the young within the center and reducing the risk of attacks on weaker members. Their black and white stripes act as natural camouflage. In motion, these patterns create a dazzling blur, making it difficult for predators to single out specific targets. Meanwhile, bold leaders of the herd brave the river first, drawing the attention of aggressive Nile crocodiles and giving the others a better chance to cross safely. With short memories, zebras remember key water sources along their migratory route. This ability to navigate and locate water not only ensures their survival, but also helps shape the ecological map of the Western Corridor. Each migration season, the waste left behind by the zebra creates a natural layer of fertilizer, encouraging the growth of grasses and shrubs. This cycle supports a rich ecosystem, securing food sources not just for zebra, but for many other herbivorous species as well. And so the journey reaches its final destination, northern Serengeti and the Masai Mara, stretching all the way into Kenya. This region is a mosaic of vast grasslands, low woodlands, and the powerful Mara River, creating a dynamic landscape, rich yet unforgiving. With average annual rainfall ranging from 650 to 1,300 millimeters and peak rains from November to May, the area maintains consistent moisture, ensuring year-round food sources for the wildebeest and zebra herds. Daytime temperatures range from 21 degrees Celsius to 29 degrees Celsius, providing ideal conditions for predators to use riverbanks and forested areas as strategic hiding spots. The migration is an unmissable opportunity for the lion, the top predator in the Masai Mara food chain. In this vast open landscape with few hiding places, lionesses form coordinated hunting groups. Success rates can reach up to 40% during this time, thanks to collaborative tactics where they silently maneuver prey into vulnerable positions before delivering the final blow. Lions take advantage of rugged terrain and hunt during the early morning or late afternoon, when temperatures drop and prey are least alert. In areas with sparse vegetation, their tawny coats blend seamlessly into the tall grass, minimizing the chance of being spotted. This is when lions hunt most efficiently, conserving energy while securing vital nutrition. Mature male lions play a crucial role in defending territory from other predator groups. Clashes with spotted hyenas are common, especially where territories and food sources overlap. With their superior strength and size, lions fend off rivals, maintaining dominance at the top of the food chain and limiting depletion of shared resources across the region. In this intensely competitive environment, cheetahs do not establish fixed territories. Instead, they move flexibly, avoiding areas dominated by lions and spotted hyenas. This behavior helps reduce unnecessary confrontations and increases their chances of successful hunts. Especially during the first few weeks of a cub's life, mother cheetahs constantly relocate their den sites, often hiding their young in tall grasses to avoid detection. By the time the cubs are 5 to 6 months old, they are taught hunting skills through practice sessions, chasing small prey as preparation for independent life. Cheetahs understand well that their speed is both their greatest strength and their biggest limitation. As a result, they often avoid high-risk prey like adult wildebeest or zebra. Instead, they rely on their unmatched acceleration to chase smaller animals such as Thompson's gazelles and impalas. The hot climate of northern Serengeti and the Masai Mara also shapes the timing of cheetah hunts. They primarily hunt in the early morning and late afternoon to prevent dehydration and avoid other large predators, which are more active at night and dusk. In this survival race, targeting weak, young, or isolated prey helps cheetahs minimize the risk of injury and optimize their energy, maintaining their vital role within the ecosystem. To maximize success, cheetahs choose the perfect moment and close in from short distances, staying hidden in tall grass. The ideal striking range is about 30 to 60 meters. Then, they launch with explosive speed, closing the gap and attempting to end the chase within seconds with a powerful pounce. This stalking strategy raises their success rate to as high as 50%. However, larger predators like lions and spotted hyenas are always nearby, ready to steal their hard-earned kill. Because of this, cheetahs must eat quickly or drag their prey to a less visible spot. When signs of other predators appear, their only option is to abandon the kill to preserve their own lives. The battle for survival in the wild has always been fierce. The line between life and death is as thin as a thread. But that's not the whole story. Whether predator or prey, wild animals are not only fighting one another for survival, they're also facing increasing threats from human activities. According to a 2024 report by Serengeti Forever, the Mara-Serengeti region has experienced a rise in average minimum monthly temperatures of about 4.2 degrees Celsius during the rainy season and 3.3 degrees Celsius in the dry season. This shift is one of the key factors shortening migration periods and altering the migration routes of millions of wildebeest, zebra, and gazelle. Human-wildlife conflict is also on the rise. Population growth in Tanzania and Kenya has driven increasing demand for agricultural land around the Serengeti. Grasslands are being converted into farmland, blocking the natural migration paths of many species. Villagers frequently face confrontations as elephants and buffalo wander into croplands, searching for food and water during the dry season. With more than 1.5 million tourists visiting each year, areas like the Mara River, famous for the dramatic wildebeest and zebra crossings, are under immense pressure. Tour vehicles crowd around river crossing points, disrupting the animals' journey and pushing vulnerable calves into danger as they struggle through strong currents and evade hungry Nile crocodiles. The presence of jeeps and helicopters disturbs predators like lions and cheetahs, reducing their chances of natural reproduction and altering their behaviors. Everything is changing too quickly, and the negative impact is growing. Nature is calling for help. The Serengeti ecosystem, one of the world's natural heritage treasures, is now facing greater threats than ever before. From 2017 to 2023, the African Wildlife Foundation worked with local communities in Kenya to establish land use agreements that help preserve critical migration corridors. These corridors allow wildlife to move freely across the Kenya-Tanzania border without being blocked by fences, farmland, or human conflict. At the same time, many ecological buffer zones are being expanded to protect native plant and animal species. Vegetation restoration projects have also been implemented in degraded grassland areas, providing essential habitats for grazers like Thompson's gazelles and Masai giraffes. Notably, the African elephant population in Tanzania has made a strong comeback, rising from around 43,000 individuals in 2014 to 60,000 in 2021. This recovery is thanks to tighter surveillance measures and stricter legal enforcement against poaching. The use of technologies such as drones and thermal trap cameras in national parks like Serengeti has significantly reduced violations while enabling conservation teams to respond faster to potential threats. At the same time, community education programs led by WWF and AWF are gradually shifting local perceptions about the long-term value of wildlife. Local residents are being trained in ecotourism, wildlife conservation, and methods to coexist with wild animals, key steps in reducing conflict and promoting sustainable local economies. The revival of elephant populations, the protection of migration corridors, and the growing involvement of local communities are all proof of a holistic approach. Conservation isn't just about protecting animals, it's about restoring the bond between people and nature. It's a long journey, one that demands persistence and global support. If you've ever had the chance to witness the breathtaking migration or heart-pounding hunts in the Serengeti, feel free to share your experience in the comments below. Your stories can inspire and fuel conservation efforts to protect rare wildlife and preserve ecosystems for future generations. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you can join us on more extraordinary adventures to come. Elephants, the largest land mammals on Earth, are often revered for their majestic presence and remarkable intelligence. Found primarily in the savannas, forests, and grasslands of Africa and Asia, elephants play a crucial role in their ecosystems. Elephants are awe-inspiring creatures, with adult African elephants weighing up to 12,000 pounds and standing over 13 feet tall at the shoulder. Their physical power is manifested in their massive tusks, which are elongated incisors that can grow up to 10 feet long. These tusks serve multiple purposes, including foraging for food, digging for water in dry riverbeds, and defending against predators. The power of elephants extends beyond their physical attributes. It is deeply rooted in their complex social structures and intelligence. Elephants are highly social animals, living in matriarchal herds led by the oldest and often most experienced female. This social organization is crucial for the survival of the group, as the matriarch possesses valuable knowledge about migration routes, water sources, and safe feeding grounds, which she passes on to younger generations. Elephants demonstrate remarkable cognitive abilities, including problem-solving, empathy, and communication. They use a variety of vocalizations, body language, and even seismic signals to communicate with one another over long distances. This social intelligence allows them to maintain strong bonds within their herds and coordinate their movements during foraging and migration. In the African savanna, elephants are relatively safe from traditional predators due to their sheer size and strength. Adult elephants have few natural enemies. However, young calves are vulnerable to predation by large carnivores such as lions, hyenas, and crocodiles. The presence of these predators can significantly impact elephant behavior and social structures. To counter the potential threats posed by predators, elephants have developed several adaptive strategies. Their remarkable social structure plays a pivotal role in ensuring the survival of calves. The matriarch, often the oldest and most experienced female, leads the herd in making decisions that prioritize the safety of the group. This includes selecting safer routes during migrations and establishing vigilance patterns, where certain individuals take on the responsibility of watching for predators while others forage. Predators can indirectly promote healthy elephant populations by preventing overgrazing and overbrowsing, which can result from unchecked elephant numbers. This regulation helps maintain plant diversity and supports a variety of other herbivores that share the savanna with elephants. In this way, the predator-prey dynamic contributes to a balanced ecosystem where various species coexist and thrive. Wild nature is beautiful, right? If you are a lover of the animal world, interested in their behavior, and want to learn more about each animal species, do not miss our channel. Let's explore interesting things about the animal world with us by subscribing to the channel and turning on notifications when there are new videos. Thank you for watching until the end of the video. Goodbye, and see you again in the next Animal World documentary episodes. African buffalo, often referred to as the Cape buffalo, is one of the most resilient herbivores inhabiting the vast Serengeti savanna. Renowned for their strength and tenacity, buffalo live in tightly knit herds, relying on their social bonds for survival. However, life on the Serengeti is anything but easy. These creatures face numerous dangers, from formidable predators to environmental challenges, as they navigate the harsh realities of the wild. Buffalo herds, which can number in the hundreds, provide a formidable defense against predators like lions and hyenas. Their strong sense of unity means that when one member of the herd is attacked, others will often come to its aid. This cooperative behavior has earned them a reputation as one of the more dangerous animals for predators to confront. Despite this, lions, especially large prides, pose a significant threat. They often target weaker or isolated individuals, and night attacks when visibility is reduced are particularly effective. At first glance, the buffalo's power and unity define their reputation. Living in herds that can range from a few individuals to hundreds, these animals rely on collective strength to protect themselves. When threatened, buffalo employ remarkable defensive tactics, often forming a circle around their calves and weaker members. Their sharp horns, which can span over a meter, become lethal weapons against predators. This brave and strategic behavior ensures the herd's survival in a land where danger lurks at every corner. The most common adversaries of the African buffalo are lions, the apex predators of the Serengeti. While a pride of lions might successfully target an isolated or weakened buffalo, these hunts are rarely without risk. Buffalo have been known to counterattack en masse, charging at their assailants with astonishing force. Many a lion has been gored or trampled in these encounters, showcasing the buffalo's fearless nature.